Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's topic is going to be how exercise changed my life. And I know we've all heard that before from the professionals, but it really is true. As I was growing up, I was always an active kid, bicycling, walking, trekking everywhere with my friends because we didn't have a bus system, so that was the only way to get around. But as I got older, I became less active and kind of a couch potato. And now that I'm heading into my 50s, I realize that I really need to keep moving if I want to stay active and keep the old joints going. So last year, for a New Year's resolution, I decided to finally join the local gym. Big shout out to Almont Fitness Center, awesome place. And when I first went in, I was a little bit nervous. You know, it's kind of like being the new kid first day of school. You know, you're a little bit self-conscious because, you know, there's all these other people there that are much fitter than you and, you know, better looking and stuff like that. So, but I just thought, you know, I'm going to do it. And so I started out with just the treadmill. And because I figured that was probably the only thing that I could actually do at that point. So I started out about 30 minutes on the treadmill, and my back wasn't very strong, so I had to wear a little bit of a back brace that I had from before, just to keep my back nice and straight while I was walking. And I wasn't very fast. I didn't have any speed really. And I just kind of kept plugging along, and definitely was huffing and puffing by the time I was done. And but I just kept going back every day, and I was starting to actually look forward to going. And so, you know, before you knew it, I was up to an hour on the treadmill, and even with some incline. It depends on the day. Sometimes I can take the incline and sometimes I can't. But my legs definitely got stronger, my hips got stronger, my back started getting stronger, which is a good thing because I have 9 herniated discs in my back. And I was definitely not out of breath as much either. So I could go longer times without feeling like I was, you know, dying, which is what it felt like for the first few weeks. But I think the biggest benefit I noticed was that my depression really got a lot better. And I didn't think it would. I thought maybe just the body would get better, but I didn't think that it would help to improve my depression. And when you have depression, you feel like for a long time that you kind of have this gray cloud over your head. And that no matter what you do or how happy you are or anything like that, it just kind of sticks there. And so you don't really see clearly. You don't see life clearly. And one thing I did notice when after a few weeks and months, was that the cloud disappeared. And I think one morning I woke up and I just thought, oh my God, like I feel so good. And so I was just shocked. And needless to say, after that, I became, you know, kind of like the poster girl for the gym. Because I mean, I was one of those people that thought, you know, everybody spending 3 hours in the gym was crazy. That, you know, I got better things to do with my day than that. But you know, by the time you do an hour on the treadmill and then 30 minutes on the bike, and then you do some hand weights and do some stretches and stuff, you know, 2.5 hours gone by. So I started to really understand what people found so fascinating with it. And now, don't get me wrong, I still had to push myself every day to go because I'm a procrastinator. So I had to really make myself go. And of course, the fact that I was paying for it helped, because that's definitely a motivator, you know, as a procrastinator. Yeah, so I was going every day and taking the time out of my day to do it, and was really enjoying it. And so this summer I decided that I was going to not go to the gym for the summer and walk outside, because I love to walk outside during the summer with my dogs, and we just walk around the neighborhood. And so I was going to do that, and then of course all the shutdown came, and which was just as well that I was walking outside because nothing's open. So I try to get out minimum of every 2 days. Try to get out every day if I can, but my overall health really improved, and my problems with my leg muscles started to improve. And I find that as long as I keep moving, not only am I not as stiff, but also too, my leg doesn't act up as much and get as painful. Because at one point there, my leg was so bad that my knee was swollen, and I had to use a cane to get around. And so I find that as long as I keep moving and keep walking, it keeps me out of physio. So it's definitely a nicer alternative to physio. But yeah, I definitely became a convert. I definitely think that exercise is beneficial. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to lift those heavy weights that the other people are doing. I just walk. And when I first started out, I could barely do 30 minutes without huffing and puffing and feeling like I was dying. But I just kept at it, and every day it got better, and every day I got stronger and less huffing and puffing. And now my dogs and I can do, 2.5 hours walking around town, and I'm not huffing and puffing. So you just have to start out small, and you don't need like all the big expensive equipment. Walking doesn't cost you anything. So I definitely am a firm believer that exercise is very beneficial when you suffer from mental illness. And I still have to make myself do it, but I know that when I'm done doing it, I'm going to feel so much better. I'm going to be so much more clear-headed, and really just everything became like really crisp. And I know that sounds really weird, but everything around me became so much brighter and vibrant and just more amazing, I guess you might say. So I'm definitely a believer, and you just have to find what works for you. Some people like to play sports, some people like to walk, some people like to bike, some people like to kayak or anything like that. Like just something that you enjoy doing that keeps you moving, because as you get older, we have to keep moving or the old joints just start to get really stiff. And so that's how exercise changed my life and how I became a complete convert. And I actually look forward to it. Every day I go out, I look forward to going. I know I'm going to feel so good afterwards. And so give it a try. Start small, and you never know what's going to happen.